you ever scared in school that somebody dangerous was there that did not belong? Were you distracted by all the different outfits and clothes other kids were wearing? Or were you being bullied for what you were wearing? These things are happening every day in schools all over the world. The simple solution for these problems are school uniforms. Education Bug shows that schools in 21 states and the District of Columbia have some sort of uniform requirements. It also states that 95% of New Orleans, Louisiana, and 85% of Cleveland's public schools require uniforms. There are many things that have changed in different schools, but one of the smartest changes is going to school uniforms. People are playing mean. The amount of bullying and school shootings happening today are just bad. Today, I'll be emphasizing the importance of school uniforms. By enforcing the uniforms, schools are improving academics, reducing the amount of bullying, and providing safety for all students. First, I'll explain how school uniforms improve academics. If schools have uniforms, students will focus more on academics rather than who is wearing what. The desire to fit in and be popular will never change. However, if everyone has the same options of clothing, the eagerness to learn can increase. EduBlog expresses that experience has shown that students who are required to maintain a neat appearance and to coordinate their wardrobe within established bounds are more likely to carry over these habits to the performance of their schoolwork. It is much easier to learn without all the flashy clothes and accessories that students tend to wear when given the opportunity. Kids are very easily distracted. Once the distraction is taken away, the urge to further their knowledge will increase. Healthupdates.info states that school uniforms improve attendance, promotes a more studious environment, and reduces distractions. Uniforms also make it easier for a teacher to ensure that each student feels that they are being treated equally. Virginia Dre came up with a study which concluded that those schools with uniform policies improved in attendance, graduation, and suspension rates. By enforcing uniforms, schools are not only looking more respectable, but also giving students the opportunity to further their education. Next, I will discuss how uniforms decrease the amount of bullying in schools. Make Beats, Not Beat Downs states that harassment and bullying have been linked to 75% of school shooting incidents, and 86% of students said other kids picking on them, making fun of them, or bullying them causes teenagers to turn to lethal violence in the schools. People are very quick to judge and can be relentless to others who do not deserve it. Bullying has gotten so bad in schools that kids are turning to drugs, self-abuse, and even suicide. Bullying Statistics website says that bully victims are between 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims, according to studies by Yale University. It also says that suicide is the third leading cause of death among young people, resulting in about 4,400 deaths per year. One of the main reasons that students feel they have to bully other students is to get attention. National School Safety and Security Services says uniforms can help reduce the potential for conflict by reducing ways in which gang members can identify themselves, reducing conflicts stemming from socioeconomic status, and helping school administrators identify non-students in hallways. Every school has cliques and groups that form. Uniforms provide the opportunity for everyone to be themselves without being judged for dressing different than other kids. School uniforms will not completely diminish the bullying that takes place in all schools. However, it has proven to reduce the amount of bullying. EduBlog explains how school uniforms eliminate label competition. Even from the earliest grades, students feel the pressure from peers to conform to a standard of dress that is largely dictated by television, radio, and the clothing industry. Often this pressure to conform places an unwarranted financial burden on family budgets. School uniforms help eliminate this competition and allows the attention of the student to be directed to learning and growth. By having uniforms, schools can decrease the bullying that occurs because of apparel and provide students with a better sense of equality. Lastly, I will provide information about how school uniforms increase safety for students. EduBlog states that school uniforms are increasingly becoming more popular among school districts, especially in middle level and elementary schools, for reasons usually associated with school safety and school pride. The The safety of the students should be an absolute priority in the school system. Having uniform helps identify those that do not belong. Taking away baggy clothing also reduces the chance of students bringing weapons to school. KeepSchoolSafe.org explains that uniforms by themselves cannot solve all the problems of school discipline, but they can be one positive contributing factor to discipline and safety. EduBlogs points out that school uniforms eliminate label competition. Having uniforms also makes it more difficult for students to bring weapons and electronics that are not allowed. The National School Safety and Security Services asks, do dress codes and uniforms violate freedom of expression opportunities? We think that this argument is quite weak. Students are free to dress as they and their parents choose during non-school hours. They also need to realize that dress code and uniforms are a reality of the workplace in the adult world, including in professional offices. The number of schools turning to uniforms is gradually increasing. People might complain that uniforms will take away the freedom to be yourself, but in reality, clothes do not reflect how a person should act. EduBlog states that just as athletic teams' uniforms promote unity and spirit, so do school uniforms. School uniform programs make it easier for students to develop a sense of belonging at school because greater attention is given to who they are instead of what they wear. The uniforms also encourage students to be independent instead of trying to dress like someone else. The Department for Education expresses that, above all, many schools believe that school uniforms support effective teaching and learning. School uniforms might not be the most comfortable thing to wear or the most stylish. However, improving academics, reducing the amount of bullying, and providing safety for all the students is much more important.